Who keeps track of your caste in India? What stops an individual from simply lying and saying Hesh is higher caste? The government keeps track. Your education, employment with GOVT, and if you get into politics, then vote bank needs the information. As to people, they want always know at 100, but if it involves marriage or anything where you have to move in close quarters, your culture in 1,000 different ways will reveal it to them. Sure, you can lie, but remember when you are caught, the reputation of your caste will get a hit, not just yours. Instead, if you are a great success, it will reflect on your caste too. Think about how much the status of Modi caste would have gone up due to Narendra Modi. Caste is based on your ancestors' profession. It isn't based on race, ethnicity, skin color, or socioeconomic status. People can tell what caste you were from your last name. For example, in the West, if one's ancestor was a cobbler, they might have the last name shoemaker. You can lie about your caste, but there's a robust system of affirmative action in place in India that allows for the historically disenfranchised to have reserved seats in colleges and positions in governmental jobs. You should watch a movie called The White Tiger on Netflix. Your surname is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to whether or not you can climb into a higher rank in society. People of lower status are ingrained to behave like the lower class. Unfortunately, we are not that much different in the West. There was some French group that looked no different from other French people. They had to sit in some corner in church. They had to ring a bell announcing their presence in certain areas. They kept records. They made sure to burn them all in WW1 or 2. What if I, an American dude, were to emigrate to India? What caste would I be? Or what would I be considered relative to the caste system? Above? Below? Non-existent? India truly is one of the most toxic countries in the world. Nothing is stopping you from just moving someplace else, changing your name, and starting a new life as a different caste. Except, all the barriers that prevent anyone from picking up and leaving a whole life behind. You'd need to change your last name, have a reason why you have no family, and of course deal with lack of money, education, and opportunities that would come from your community. In a traditional society, your family and community are really important for making connections and getting married and so on. They are your identity papers. Many people, even in more equitable, socially mobile communities, would hesitate to get tied down to someone with no verifiable family or background. Even in supposedly casteless societies, we very much tend to stick to our own social groups, whether ethnicity, wealth, culture, etc. There are social climbers, but most people prefer to be with someone who sees like more or less as they do. These responses make me sad. Seriously, fucking caste follows y'all around everywhere? That sucks. Lower castes have a caste certificate issued by the government to each person on proof of their decentralization to members of that caste that they can use to apply for benefits and reservations. There is no benefit to saying you're from a higher caste, so feel free. You go in the general open category for everything. Having a caste system is so archaic and pointless in this day and age. A legal way to oppress people. Everyone else. You see, the castes have been divided to such an extent both economically and culturally over centuries and millennia that the upper echelons have their own distinctive dialects, diets, and culture. While you can change your name, you will never be part of that in-group. Besides this, the GOVT keeps track. People don't want to abandon their castes. You get reservations in GOVT jobs if you are from lower castes. If you migrate to another city, you can lie. There is no way to know your caste. How did Muslims get wrapped up in this? This whole concept is shocking. It disgusts me that fellow humans can be grouped in this way. Caste auditors? No, just family gossip and wedding invites. Items mostly based on your race and wealth. Appearance. Dalits are very dark and often have hair where you wouldn't normally expect. The whole caste thing follows them to the US, where they are still discriminated against by other Indians of higher caste.